Welcome, video editor. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this DaVinci Resolve tutorial. Today we're going to create a scrolling news ticker as long as all the graphics that you've seen like in the intro. So let's get started. We're in the Edit tab of DaVinci Resolve. We're in the free version. We're going to right click up here in our media pool. We're going to choose New Fusion Composition and we're going to click Create. We're going to drag that file we just created down in here to our timeline. We're going to come down here to the Fusion tab, click that. That brings us into our Fusion page. We have a media out node. The first thing we're going to create is a red to blue gradient box. So we're going to drag in a background node. We're going to connect that to our media out. Now the next thing we need is a mask. We're going to click on this background node. We're going to come up here to this rectangle icon and click that, which creates a mask. Now we see the width of this is 0.5, taking up half the screen. We want it to take up the whole screen, left to right. So we're going to change this value to 1.0. And that gives us our box. Now we're going to make a couple more changes. In our center Y value, we want to make that 0.124. And in our height, we want to make that 0.175. And that will give us our box. Now we don't want a black box, we want a gradient box. So we're going to click on background. We're going to go up here to type. We're going to change it from solid color to gradient. That gives us a black to white gradient, but we want red to blue. So we're going to click this first triangle. We're going to choose a red color. I'm going to choose this deep red. Now we have red to white. So we're going to click the second triangle. We're going to pick our blue color. And now you see we have a red to blue gradient. Now we need to animate this. So what we're going to do with our background highlighted, we're going to come over here to gradient. We're going to push this blue over to about so. Make sure that your playhead is all the way to the beginning. And we're going to set a keyframe. Then we're going to bring our playhead all the way to the end. We're going to push this back to the right. And we're going to push this one to the right as well. And that will set a keyframe for us automatically. Now if we rewind this and play that, you can see that our gradient is animated. So the next thing we're going to create is a box similar to this one, but it's going to be gray in color. So we can simply highlight these two nodes, right click, copy, double click on a blank space so nothing's highlighted. Hit Control V on your keyboard to paste it. And we want to connect this node to this node. And it's going to give us a merge node. We're going to click the background. We're going to change it from gradient to solid. And we want to make this a gray color. I'm going to type in the hex number here. D6, D6, D6. And that's the color we want. Now we have to resize this. So we're going to click on our rectangle, which is our mask. And we're going to change the height to 0.076. We're going to change our Y value to 0.087. And that'll give us our gray box. It's in the right position. We want to raise our gradient box. So we click on the gradient background on the mask, the gradient mask, which is our rectangle 1. We're going to bring that Y value drag it to the right to raise that, and we want to put that right on top of our gray box so there's no space in between there. Now what we're going to do is add some text to this. I'm going to move these out of the way a little bit so we have room to work. We're going to put some text here. We're going to put news in this section. Down here, we're going to type around the world. And over here, we're going to have the story of the title for our story. I'm stumbling over my words. So we're going to bring in another text box. Drag in a text box. We're going to type news, all caps. We're going to keep it white. We're going to connect this text node to our node here. Now we're going to bring it down to this area. We can just drag it. And we're going to make it a little bigger. So we're going to come over here to size. And we're going to bring it up a little bit. We're going to move it a little more to the right, because to the left of that, we're going to put a spinning globe right in this area. So that's good for that one. We bring in another text node. In this one, we type around the world. And we're going to change that to black. And we're going to connect it to our node. We're going to make that a little smaller. So we come up here to size. We just drag to bring that down. And we can simply drag this down here. That's about right. Made a little bit bigger. About like so. Like that. Now over here, we're going to put our headline. So we need another text node. Drag one in. This one is going to say, she's having a bad hair day. We're going to connect that node to here. Brings in our merge node. We're going to take that size down a little. I think for this one, I'm going to click on our text node. I'm going to change our font from bold to regular. We're going to drag that down into here. That looks about right. I don't want a 1 there, I want an exclamation point. So that looks about right there. Now what we're going to do is put our spinning globe here. Now in order to do that, move these over so we got some room. I have a spinning globe that I got from Canva. We can drag that in. We're going to name that globe. So we press F2 on the keyboard. We're going to rename it globe. We're going to add 2 more nodes to that. We're going to want a color corrector, so we highlight it. This is our color corrector node. We click that. We're going to add a transform node to that. Highlight the color corrector. Come over here. This is our transform node. We click that. So the first thing we'll do is connect this to get our merge node. So you can see we have our globe, but it's gray. So we click on the color connector. We come over here. We slide the gain all the way to the right, and that will make it white. So now we want to resize that. We're going to click on transform. And for our size, we're going to bring it down quite a bit. And we're going to drag that just to the left of the news, about like so. That looks good. Now we want to animate that. So what we want to do, making sure our playhead is all the way to the beginning, we come over here to angle with our transform node selected, come to angle, set a keyframe, bring your playhead all the way to the end, and in this box we want to type -500. So that's going to rotate our globe. We'll play that back. You can see our globe is rotating. Our gradient is animating. So far, so good. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put up two little gray boxes right here. One on this side and one on this side. This one is going to say live, and we're going to place a red dot next to it. And this one is going to be our time. So we need to drag in another background node. We're going to make this gray. We're going to make it the same gray as this. So we click our color, change our hex, D6, D6, D6. Now we're going to connect this, and that creates our merge node. Now we need to resize this. So what we want to do is bring in a transform node. So highlight this, click our transform node. I'm sorry, Control Z to undo that. We want to bring in a mask node. So highlight this, bring in a mask, highlight the mask, and we're going to change the sizes here. Our center X value, 0.059. Our Y value will be 0.3275. Then for our width, we want 0.12. And for our height, we want 0.055. And that creates our little gray box. Now to put another one over on this side, we can just simply copy, Control C, double click in an empty space and paste it. Now we will connect that node as well. And we have another box, but it's on top of this one. That's why you don't see it. So if you highlight the mask, come up to your X value, and just simply move it over and put it right on the edge of there. That's good. We're running out of space here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take from the globe on, I'm going to highlight all these nodes. Not the merge node, but these last nodes we did. I'm going to click on group. That's going to put them all together. Give us a little more room. If we want to see what's in there, we can right click, expand group, and we have our nodes. Right click, collapse group. So now we want to add some text here. So we need another text node. We drag that in. We're going to type live. We're going to change that to black. We're going to connect it. We're going to go up here to size and bring that size down. We can just simply drag it into the box. That looks pretty good. Now over here we want our time, so we need one more text box. Drag that in. We'll just put 10:25 for the time. You can put whatever you want. Connect that. Change that to black. Click your text node, make it black. We're going to bring the size down. We're going to drag that into this box. And there's our time. Now we're going to put a red dot next to the live. So what we need now is another background node. Drag that over here. We're going to make that red. Hit OK. We're going to add a mask to it, but this time we're going to add an ellipse mask. So make sure this is highlighted. Click your mask. We're going to connect that to our node here. And there's our red circle. Now we just want that to be a little dot. So we're going to click on our mask. Now we could do this the hard way and try to resize this and make it a perfect circle by doing this. But there's an easier way than changing the height and width. I'll double click these to set them back to the original. We right click on height. We choose expression. That creates this little plus sign. Drag that up to width. Now that connects the two. So now you can just move one slider and it will slide both at the same time. So we're going to make a little red dot, not very big, probably about like so. We're going to drag that over here. It could be a little smaller. About like that. That looks good. So now we have our live red dot. We have the time. The last thing we need to add is our text for the scroll. I went to ChatGPT. I told it to write me some news headlines, each headline separated by a minus sign. So we're going to bring in another text node. And in there, we're going to paste what ChatGPT gave me for our headlines, which isn't that. That's something else we got. We're going to delete that. We're going to go to ChatGPT. We're going to copy that. We're going to paste that into our box. Now I don't need all these headlines. I'll delete some of these out of here. So we're going to connect our text node. We're getting kind of crowded here, but we're going to connect our text node to our last node, and we see our headlines now. We're going to click on the text. We're going to change it to black. Hit OK. We're going to bring that size down about like so. I think I'm going to make that regular as well. So we can drag down our text. Now we need to animate that. So we click our text. We go to layout. We drag that text all the way till it just about starts. You can see the major storm. We'll put it right about there. We'll start it there. So make sure that our playhead is all the way to the beginning. Come to our center and set a keyframe. Drag the playhead all the way to the end. Then we're going to scroll our text almost to the end here. And that's going to set a keyframe. Now if we rewind that and play it back, you can see that our text is scrolling, but it's also coming into this area we don't want it. So we're going to add one more mask. We bring our mask in. We're really getting crowded here. We're going to connect that mask. Yeah, I'm going to group some of these to get them out of our way, so we have a little more room to work with. Pull this over. So this is the last mask we added. We're going to connect that. We're going to drag that mask down here to reveal the words. We can stretch it out so it reveals a little more, like so. Now when we play that back, you can see our scrolling text. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to jump back into the edit page. We're going to bring in our video. I'm going to create another track here. I'm going to drag this one up. I'm going to bring in our video, put that underneath. I'm going to shorten it up here. We can hit Shift Z on our keyboard to fill our time frame. I'm going to click on the video. You can see the video isn't quite the right size. So I'm going to highlight the video. I'm going to click this and I'm going to drag our video to fit. Now we bring the playhead back to the beginning. We hit the play button. We have our globe going around. We have our scrolling text. We have our animated gradient. And there you have it. That's all I got for you.